is going to be in the first wave of RMIT. So Sim will be drawing first blood 1-0 over ACU. And next we're going to go to Dannyboiii versus RMIT's Isucc.
Good name. Good name. I like that. Yeah, I mean, look, RMIT, they're scary. It doesn't matter, what combination of players they have from their university. Sorry about the wobbly camera. It doesn't matter what kind of combination of players they have. It doesn't matter what league they're playing in. It doesn't matter what teams what game they're playing. They're just a threat. They just have the ability to pull out these fantastic players and just be terrifying. So far, they're 1-0 up, so this is kind of a bit of a make or break for the side of ACU right at the moment. We will play out all 3 sets, regardless of how it goes. But, I mean, geez, RMIT with a statement to start us off.
They always do. I casted their CS match last week, and they were just a one-way walking train. They wrecked their opponent, but at the same time, they just have such awesome execution. They're fully stacked because some of the players are like CGA and CGM levels on top. And one thing I do want to point out, coming from Griffin on ACU, is that one way to get better, right? Not only do you just lose a lot, you lose heaps, but right, the maneuverability, when you're in the air, you need to be able to control that. So if you don't have that control, then it's not going to be there. So I'm going to quickly pass it back to you, Farfetch, because I did see your excitement at the just then when Dannyboiii joined. Go on.
It was actually Isucc saying the magical word, which is Lucario. I adore Lucario. I'm sure that, I've heard that Lucario was toxic in Smash 4, and I missed out on that one. But I loved Lucario so much. Like I say, I'm a big fan of weirdly scaling attacks, like attacks which scale with weird things. Like in Pokemon, you've got Body Slam, how I'm 90% sure that scales with defense, right? Things like that, which are just really weird attacks. I love characters who scale with weird stuff, like the more damage they are and things like that. Of course, we've got Rage and stuff in the game, but I love Lucario. If I were to share my screen right now, I've got my little Lucario pick locked in for when I play my own arena games. I'm just so excited. I love watching Lucario. I'm probably the only person in the world who gets this excited, but also I'm just so keen. I'm sorry. This is good.
Don't be. Look, I think I really like a Lucario matchup, and especially seeing Lucario being picked on this competition. The best way to get better at any character is to compete with them and to join here, right? Gonna bring back to a point that if you are in a university which has esports, make sure to go and hit them up. Join the university's esports team. And if your university doesn't have one, make sure to tell them it is time to set one up. Go with everyone and say, look, we need one. Let's sit down. Let's talk about it. Australian Esports League is right here. So guys, leaning on all your support right there. Please make sure to follow on this Twitch channel and also on our main channels, AEL _university and University 2, as well as AU Esports League for all your latest grassroots and university competitions. We do have CSGO, Dota 2, Rocket League. We also have Rainbow Six Siege, Tekken, Super Smash Bros. Like tonight, and FIFA right now. So, and also I think Hearthstone Scholarments I think they just closed. But either way, we have lots of awesome esporting competitive events happening all the time, every year. And yeah, it looks like we're going to go on, Farfetch'd.
Yeah, that's it. There's so much going on. There's so much fantastic competition. All of these leagues have been amazing to watch. I've loved watching things like the Dota, even though I have no idea what's going on. Like, the talent and everything makes it so exciting. I love it. Of course, having a geezer at the CSGO is pretty good as well. So I love watching all of these leagues. Being able to broadcast in some of them is an absolute treat. Here we go. We are into game up against... But no, I've done the gun so much. I'm just too excited. We've got the Grayscale Lucario up against Ridley.
Lucario against Heavies. I have not seen this matchup because we rarely see Ridley picks right here. And it looks like they are just going to be standing around first. What?
Oh, wrong stage. Okay, so they meant to pick PS2, but one of them accidentally had Battlefield locked.
Oh, so, right.
That was just a mistake. I was about to be like, please tell me I haven't hyped this matchup up just for them to, Evo finals, if you know what I mean. But it's okay. It's just the wrong stage. We're good. I was so worried.
We're good. Rest in peace, Evo. No. We're just gonna go for a quick reset, guys. Nothing really happened. Just gonna quickly catch up onto Twitch chat also. And over here it says, "Good luck, Isucc," and everyone is just saying, "PogChamp moment." And just therefore Viking says, nobody can defeat our no-life internationals. What a comment.
Oh my god. Twitch chat on our streams has been very, very entertaining, I will admit. I love all the communities, but this has been an experience. We're having this just quickly reset, but we will have PS2 as our stage. We are the picks and bans, same characters, same stage, obviously not the one you saw. But we are good to go. They've hit the ready button. They're going to load in now, and we should have a pretty good matchup. I'm really excited about this. Lucario likes to beat up on heavies quite a lot. Gets a bit of fun, enjoyment out of that one. And really is a heavy. So it may not be a perfect matchup, but like the basic maths are there, right?
Yeah, the basic maths is there right here, and looking at the movement, both players are already showing that they know this game well enough not to abuse just neutral beast right here. And Dannyboiii is gonna get the first pokes though. Oh, and the fire. Oh, and he's gonna get the first. Down you go. Beautiful. Okay,
so Isucc kind of walked into that one. I'm not gonna lie, we're just complimenting both of these players, and there's the forward air spam combo. I like this. This is good. Makes me feel better about when I just like mash that in my online games. But yeah, it's kind of like this weird thing where like Lucario wants to both play in range and up close. Like he wants to kind of kick you away and then fight from range while still kicking you away. You know, it's like he doesn't do much if he plays at range, but he doesn't want to get close either. It's weird. He's such a weird character, but I really love him. And at 94%, he's going to start hitting hard. Like one side B or one back air like that is going to be devastating. Look, this is a heavy character at 60%, and look at how much that back air was just.
Oh, that was a lot. I just can't. Oh wow! Look at the difference. This is on a heavy character on Ridley, especially, and we're just looking at it. The rage coming out, the anger from Isucc, but he is just survives. He's gonna be back, but poked out once again to the left. Dannyboiii in a prime spot to punish, misses, just misses and whiffs right there. Oh my goodness.
Go. That's the pop off side B, where you just get high enough percent, and Lucario's side B just sort of kills, right? Like,
yeah,
it doesn't matter. 22% of one attack, a ranged attack as well, and Lucario's just barely staying alive. I feel like you've got to be so good at DIing to actually play this character well. Okay, holding on for a bit too long there.
There was that. He did go for the greed, trying to get that perfect invulnerability frames when recovering, but it's not going to get it from Dannyboiii. Now he has to do a lot more. Felt like a little bit of a BM before, but now he is in prime spot. Look at this. He's taking Dannyboiii all around, and Dannyboiii needs to get in somehow. Not really getting that, and that could have been punished, but it was just a bit too late, so Dannyboiii is going to get some neutrals through.
Oh, okay, that was clever. That might have been what Isucc was going for before and then walked into these fireballs. I actually think some of Dannyboii's awareness has been pretty good and like understanding of the opponent's movements. Not like hard reads, as I guess you'd call them classically, but just like, okay, I kind of know what my opponent wants to do, and that's been really good. But sometimes there has been a bit of that overthinking of like back dashing and then forward dashing to try and get back in position and stuff like that. Like a bit too willing to kind of press buttons and things like that. But generally speaking, I really like how Dannyboii's been playing. I mean, up in percent right at the moment, it's kind of, again, it's one of those weird matchups like Terry where you don't really want to be have a lower percent in your opponent, but this should kill. So actually a pretty good position. This is like exactly where you want to be against Lucario. So I really like how Dannyboii's been playing.
Yeah, he's playing a little bit more just pure reading all his opponents on reactions. And right now he's going to get one on the way back, but it's going to get mashed out. Back into the neutrals. He's being able to catch Isucc that whole time. He's caught like more than two, baited him into one right now, and decided to jump and fly over a possible punishment. 101%. I guess he wanted to do a little bit more damage before possibly being taken out once again. But oh wow, he's just making the reads now. Look at the reaction.
He's just going for the tail strikes. Like I think there's been a few of them. It's not just been the I'm not as familiar with this kit, but it's just all of the tail attacks. I think we've seen I don't think we've seen all of them. We've seen most of them, I think, coming out with pretty solid regularity. And at the moment, it does feel like Lucario's gone, Isucc when the Lucario has gone back to that, like, if I hold back and throw out projectiles and things, maybe I'll be all right. That was almost a terrifying side B off the stage from Dan, but it didn't quite work out. Good counter, but 101%, 111%, I should say. Really risky situation for Isucc, especially considering how many attacks they have fallen into. There's Dan closing it out. Well done. I think Dannyboiii played fantastically that set. Oh, that first game of the set, I should say.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you what, Dannyboiii, he knew what he was going up against, and especially on the time where he was like, okay, so the first stock that I lost was absolutely unfortunate. There was a lot of things that he wasn't used to, and then he decided to go, all right, I'm going to quickly switch it up on my second stock, went purely for reactional plays, and that scored him that second stock revenge, and eventually took it out into the third stock. So I really like how Dannyboiii just adjusted over there. So that's a great match.
Yeah. And that looks like ACU are actually kind of pitching that comeback we were talking about before. They're 1-0 down at the moment, I should say. And Dannyboiii kind of being that threat, bringing it back a little bit. Playing them really, really well. And I don't know whether we're going to see like characters swap out back and forth and whatnot. But nonetheless, it did feel as much like Dannyboiii just kind of knew how to play the character a little bit. Like, they'll play the character, but play the opponent a little bit better than Isucc did. I don't know if I'm going to call it like fundamentals or anything like that, but it just felt like there were points there where Dannyboiii was like, I've got this game. I'm just going to throw out a few attacks and see where we're at. And that level of control and things does... it kind of supersedes character choice. So I don't really know what you do right at the moment if you're Isucc. But to be fair, that game was kind of close. Like, it could have gone either way. It was a few fundamental decisions, even though it was like a whole stock in it. There were a few small decisions which could have turned it either way. So I'm very keen to see this next matchup.
Well, like one thing I'll just quickly agree with you over there is because Dannyboiii went on the defensive, right? He purely just sat on the defense right after the first one, giving them respect. Didn't want to go for the dive-ins, especially like, going for the jump into neutrals, saying, all right, you know what? It looks like Isucc is going to be the one to keep on punishing and pushing into me. So let's just keep on rolling and see where this takes us. Every time I get a little bit, I'm going to take a mile from these guys. And yeah, it is good. It is going to be close, so we will see how the second round is going to be played.
Yeah, same characters, same stage, run the whole thing back. Let's see how we go. Again, like you said, Dan kind of stepping backwards a little bit. And I think some of those back steps were a little bit tentative from Dannyboiii, which is something I kind of mentioned while we were playing. But to be fair, when they do get aggressive, it's very aggressive there. Good count on the fireballs again to try and kind of shut down that pressure, because it means that Dan should be less confident in doing that, which gives Lucario a little bit more space, which I like. Just picking up that get up very, very, very nicely there, and Isucc seemed to play a little bit better, but last time we saw Dannyboiii getting more aggressive as the game went on as well. I think Isucc can possibly punish a few of these a little bit more. That was over eager, but yeah, I like this.
Oh, that could have been a different read right here, but he's gonna get picked up 84%. Dan is trying to look for something to get this right now over Isucc. And no, Isucc punishes him quickly, gets him out 84%. It's going to be a repeat of that first round right now, but what is going to be different? All right, air dodges to punishment. Okay, that is great edge pressure. Look at that. He's
that's fantastic.
That twice. Yeah, no, that's good read. And now he's looking to make a little bit more. Dannyboiii knows that he needs to work a little bit more, needs to keep... Yeah, oh!
That was so big brain. So, like I said, Isucc's kind of fall into that counter the fireball pressure, and Dan actually kind of punished for that. Tried to space out the counter. Isucc still just staying alive, gonna up B recover to stage. I feel like Dan could have predicted that one. That's kind of the play whenever Isucc gets in a stressful situation, which is definitely a bit of a mistake. Space that one out, tried to get a good punish onto it. But yeah, it's a bit of a mistake on that one. The Aura Sphere, the Aura Sphere from spam from Isucc just makes your life so awkward. There's the side B, 145% worth of Aura and Rage. That's absolutely huge. Will die eventually, not to this, but should die any second now. Oh, that's the up B recovery and the confidence and the Aura Sphere, and Isucc is just playing this game.
Oh, that could have even been worse for Dannyboiii right there, but Isucc decided to go on the defense. He could have just countered right there, and that could have been game right there. But look at the adjustment Isucc has made. He's just juggling Dan all around, going for all the beautiful stuff. And now Dannyboiii, one stock down, needs to work heaps in order to make a comeback right now. And the movement, the predictions, Isucc is just over Dannyboiii. Yes, he's finally going to punish that correctly. And now... Dannyboiii, he's just running all around trying to get the tail poke right here. Eventually gets the neutral.
But Dannyboii's getting that much more aggressive as well, right? Dannyboiii is kind of going on the aggressive, jumping in behind, and it's making Isucc just seem that much less confident. The backdash spam does wreak a little bit of desperation, but at least Dannyboiii, it's not the only thing Dannyboii's doing. So it's not like it's just a death sentence.
No, not at all. But 93%. Isucc, he is ready to close this one. Look at the way he is just going forward. Does get one catch, try to go for the down spike or no. Oh, watch this. Oh, he tried. He tried. I knew he wanted to do it.
Yeah, I mean, if you connect with that, that's game, right? So
Yeah.
it's kind of worth doing it, but when you're a game down, maybe just try and play this one out a little bit more cleanly. 113% from Dan trying to catch something on like that on that wake up, but it didn't quite work out. Dash attack from Isucc, and Isucc's playing very safely, and if Dannyboiii isn't careful, this percent could absolutely rack up, and you know, it's not like Ridley doesn't have a lot of kill moves.
No, he just needs one combo to kill this. Right now, he's trying to fish, and Isucc is giving him the room. He doesn't need to give him the room for this. He can actually go for it, and he is going to get tagged up by Dan, and this is starting to look dangerous for him, Farfetch. 127%. He's going to make it back. No problem. All right, waits for the RSV to finish connecting, and... Oh my god, this is a bad position. Oh,
there
no!
we go. That's... I was like, okay, I was gonna call this just before, where Isucc just tanked a bunch of fireballs, and Dannyboiii stepped back, ready for the counter again, and when it didn't happen, I feel like, I don't know whether this is, I'm not gonna say, yes, intentional, big brain, calculated, but when those fireballs came through,
yeah,
Isucc just tanked it and took a lot of shield damage for it. Pardon me, and then eventually that all led up to Isucc finally getting the counter, Danny getting, Danny getting way too overconfident and just throwing out the fireballs, not worrying about the spacing, and just getting countered in the face. I saw that comeback happening. I saw the 2-0 lead from Dannyboiii, but at the end, it just wasn't quite there.
To be honest, I thought that was what he wanted to do. Like, I thought Dannyboiii wanted to set the fireball up to bait a counter so you can roll backwards with the counter, but he rushed forward for the death combo instead, went a bit too eager, so that was the resulting over victory. And I do have to say, Isucc, having the lead, decided to get too comfortable, get just a little bit way too complacent in trying to close it up, gave enough room and maneuverability for Dannyboiii to move around, so yeah, it was a nail battle in the end. It was.
Yeah, it was close, and I'm loving this matchup. It's everything which I wanted to see. I don't know how other people feel about the matchup, and let us know in the let us know in Twitch chat. And of course, support your university, support your team. If you don't go to either of these universities, just pick someone and throw all of your support behind it. It'll mean a lot to them. But a narrative which I'm going to build, you know how in traditional esports we love building way over the top narratives?
Yep.
I'm going to say, so in this case, it was Dannyboii's pick. Dannyboiii going for Battlefield and then picking Mementos. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but Isucc has a lot of persona icons. So I feel like this is trying to make Isucc complacent, Give him some familiarity.
Oh, so we'll go with the Persona 5 style, especially the Royale. Look at this, I love Mementos. Before the OG music really sucked on Mementos, but now they did fix it up. If you did play Persona 5 Royale, make sure to check it out. But yeah, look, it looks like Isucc, he's tuning in, he's in a groove against Dannyboiii. Already have the RSV ready online, trying to make a baiting play, and this is already looking pretty good for him. He did catch up in the percentage, and that could have been huge. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it does feel like Isucc kind of has the tempo at the moment. Like, Dan just feels like they're in a really awkward situation, tries to side B, I think, the ledge. I don't think they're going to go over that one. And just kind of, yeah, just takes a flying Lucario to the face. Like, and it does feel like Dan is a bit out of sorts. From having such a good understanding of everything which Isucc was trying to do before, they just haven't had that same confidence in this game. I mean, maybe it's like the confidence of kind of losing out to what was a relatively tilting death in that last one. Isucc again recovering to stage, and admittedly that was a bit of a fast one. It was a bit of a mix-up, but like, yeah, Dan still has the ability to punish some of these things, but just doesn't look like they're as confident.
No, he went for it again. Yeah, no, Isucc has, I think he's neutral jumping all around just to get the back kicks into Dannyboiii, and he finally does get taken out. Dannyboiii doesn't want to do anything anymore with that first stock. That was a nightmare for him to deal with. The reads are coming through, but Isucc finally making it back. Could have been a different place if he didn't get the jumping first. He could have went for a down spike, could have punished. And now, oh, he's on 90%, gets tagged up, burned up, 71% on Dan, sitting on a relatively more comfortable pace on the second stop. Yep, and he's gonna get a grab. I think he should have went for something else, but never mind. Punishes the unsafe landing coming from Isucc, so he's gonna be ahead now.
Yeah, I actually don't mind Dan just kind of waiting and trying to put the pressure on Isucc. Like, it's not necessarily an ideal strategy. less than ideal, as some of my casting buddies would like to say. It's a nice little side bit to catch it. You like those when you can get them. Doesn't do a huge amount from Isucc. That's generally your big late game kind of punish tool. I guess late percentage punish tool. But the fact that Dan's trying to make Isucc a bit more uncomfortable by just kind of going back to punishing things, playing a bit more passively, seems a lot better.
Yeah, I think I like the way he's playing right now. It does get countered up just then. But we have to remember, Isucc is on 54% on his final stock, while Dan still has one more. He is trying to be a little bit more respectful right now after looking at the first stock adjustment. And now Dan is sitting in a better place. Yes, he tried to go for the bait this time, but Isucc is aware and he's not going to go for it. Now his life is starting to dwindle. Oh my! Dannyboiii.
Sometimes you just got to hit them with the biggest attack. Well, it's not quite the biggest, but a big attack straight to their face when they're least expecting it. I think that's a fantastic way to do it. Yeah, I mean, like sometimes it's just what you got to do.
100%.
I think that's it. Sorry, I'm not gonna. I know it's not like the most deep analysis, and I know we haven't had we're not the best experts in the game generally, but like, it works sometimes. Raw smash attacks just work sometimes. And I mean, when you're kind of like at risk of. When you're facing a Lucario, one of those early KOs anyway, because like we talked about, aura buffs combined with rage just makes Lucario an absolute nightmare to deal with when they get higher percent. And so I kind of don't blame Dannyboiii just for being like, get out of my stage. I don't want you here. And there we go. But we will have the bans come out for the next map, and we should be getting into that one soon.
Alright, it felt like that last one was purely Mementos hype. You do have a monster against something that looked like a persona right there. Right, you have like a level 90 persona against like a level 20 something persona looking, but both was masked up together, and they were like, yeah, I think the better one right here. Hopefully we will see another adjustment coming from Isucc, because he was in his groove in both in all the rounds. I will say he always had his groove to begin with, right? And it's only his loss when Dannyboiii decided to sit back and say, all right, I'll just let you do whatever you want, and then I'll try to go for a fishing hook and whatever. Once I get you into my comfortability zone, you're not going to be able to counter me at all. So he's playing straight into that against Isucc and punishing him, giving him what can I put? He's baiting him a little bit of room and telling him to take it. And Isucc has been falling for us so far.
Yeah, times from times, and I think that like every time. Pardon me. I think it has gone back and forth with these kind of mind games and things like that. There have been times where Dannyboiii is just controlling the game. We are on Final Destination, just the regular one this time, no mementos. Isucc was like, no, none of that. I appreciate the homage, but no. But yeah, and I was gonna say, this has looked a little bit better for Isucc in some regards, but Dan's just been able to get some of that early percent.
Yeah, look, Dan could have punished for a little bit, but he's just going to keep mucking around, trying to go for the poke. Eventually does catch one out, trying to have some form of bait, but those two was definitely not safe just yet, trying to bait a reaction coming from Isucc, and Isucc did get tagged up, trying to go for another upwards tilting, not going to find it right here, and feels like both players, they're not finding each other's adjustment just yet. Both are doing something different. Oh!
That was such a weird like interaction to happen. I was definitely not expecting that one. But you know, it worked out. It worked out, right? Kind of punish the recovery with just a gentle little fireball in the face. There we are. Grab, slam, throw, big dragon 1, small steel puppy 0.
Yeah, so right now, Dannyboiii first one on the board, gets that first stock. Ooh, goes for the dodge right here. Successful, get some neutrals, and now Isucc looking to have a little bit of a catch up, trying to find the edge onto Dannyboiii. But remember, Ridley, it is going to be a heavy character, can do a lot. You have to damage and find the right poke to get Dannyboiii out. 130%. He's still going to just make it back, saying, okay, alright, I'm back. Goes for the neutral, but jumps and gets punished. So that's great coming from Isucc.
So when aura sphere is above a certain size, because it does increase in size the higher your aura is, funnily enough. And yeah, Isucc, when they get these like spot dodge reads, they get a huge amount. They usually get a huge amount off it. I mean, of course, that's only 9% that time. They seem to get a lot more off it than, there we are, that's a much better example, than Dan does. But it is also because Dan takes a long time to set up and to figure out where they're positioning. Like, they don't like just standing in one spot. They like trying to get optimal positioning before they attack. And I think that's kind of been hurting them a little bit, honestly. So, yeah, things like that, right? Like, steps, like, gets a good dodge and then dashes backwards to try and set up an attack, giving Isucc time to kind of reset. And that was just a raw aura sphere to the face. I like the guts there from Isucc. Dan trying to jump in on this one a bit more, though. But again, spot dodge, punish. Dan's getting a bit formulaic. Lovely back air. Cleaned out. Isucc's in a really strong position right now.
Yeah, Isucc is in a much more commanding position right now, coming from the first 3 rounds right now. But he's going to get walked back by Dan. Gets put up into the back. And, alright, final stuff for both players. Dannyboiii needs to find that spot dodge instantly and then go for a more regular punish. Like, play into that predictability, because that was his reaction to play anyway. So for Isucc right now, he's saying, okay, if you're going to spot dodge every time, I'm just going to have enough room to set up and wait for you to come and get baited towards me, like just there. Right? That was completely baiting right there coming from Isucc, and Dannyboiii did take it, and look at the maneuverability. Look at the size read. Isucc is just having everything going his way.
Yeah, I mean, if Lucario had been higher percent right there, that's game, right?
Yeah.
But fortunately not at the moment. That was a good kind of delay on that strike coming in from Dan. And yeah, what I was just saying about Aura Sphere, just because I want to finish off that point, Aura Sphere does hit people who are hanging onto the ledge when it gets a certain above a certain percent, but Isucc's only gone for that. The down air, the stage spike, the finish up on game 4. And if I'm not much mistaken, this is our final. We have a big epic best of 5 tiebreaker.
Yeah, look, I think this is the first one. Tiebreaker. This is the one to close it up. Both teams, whoever's going to get this one is going to be in a better spot than before. Obviously, from ACU, Dannyboiii wants to take this one so they can even it up against RMIT. But RMIT obviously always want to go and fish for that big win. Here we go. We will see. What's it going to be? Is it going to be ACU clawing back from the defeat faced from the first round? Or we're going to see a 2-0 right now coming up from RMIT. I'm so excited. So excited for Fish.
That's exactly it. And like, you've hit the stakes perfectly. This entire game, this 1-3-stock match is going to be the decider as to whether ACU have a chance taking it to their third player to get that like redemption back in this series and to actually win it over RMIT, which is a huge ask, or if they fall at the 2-0 and they play out the third game for honor.
Oh man, this is gonna be so fun to watch. Alright, here we go. The last one. Give it up once again for Isucc and Dannyboiii representing ACU and RMIT. Can we see the final winner from both sides? And look at this movement. Isucc already having the clear advantage over Dannyboiii trying to go for that waiting and go for the pokes. Okay, Isucc playing a little bit more, jumps into him. Alright, get some punishment and Aura Sphere. Not even a charge, that's not needed. Oh, that's a perfect position, but he was facing the wrong way. Second time also. Both times blocks by no punishment. So now he is going to be tacked up. Quickly needs to get punished. Yes, that is 100%. Ooh.
Isucc has been punished almost every time they've recovered onto the middle of the stage. Every time they go for the up B, they almost, I don't think they've up B'd once. And if they have, it was only once or twice. But like every time they hit that up B, they go straight to center stage or straight into Dan's face. I feel like that needs to be punished more. Here we go. This is a big Aura Sphere. This can connect at ledge. This can one-shot from here. Isucc to the jump come through. Dan does not fall for it. But there we are. The back air does clear it out. This giant aura of fighting power is going to do so much if it connects with the dinosaur. Space dinosaur, I should say.
Oh boy, 125%. He's going to air dodge. Okay, so that is unfortunate. I thought he was going to chuck the Aura Sphere right there. Like, I thought that was exactly what he was going for because he didn't want to go for any aerial movements. Now he's going to come back with a vengeance against Dannyboiii that denying the mega-sized Aura Sphere charged up. Both players relatively the same, but remember, Lucario comes online at about 60 to 70%. Can have a lot of spiking power and does not matter. Does get attacked up by Dannyboiii. Ooh.
That's so gutsy. And like, I want to say that's such a clever play, but Isucc's just been so aggressive in general. They've just been jumping on everything. So missing that, like being able to jump in and interrupt that smash attack was huge. I mean, actually the double counter, that's also gutsy. Isucc just has no fear in this game, and that's good on one hand, but it means that they're getting over aggressive and a little bit formulaic here. Almost getting the shield poke out, and Dan now has to respect the pressure coming in.
Oh, Isucc, he's making the setups. The IQs are coming in, the big brain player from RMIT. Can he get this aggression in the end and close it up? And now Dannyboiii is gonna get him first. Alright, let's see what he's got. Alright,
Once again, recover to center stage. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right. We were predicting this. The center stage recovery, and no, Dannyboiii, he finally does go for it. Respects the comeback from in the middle of the stage, and now he's in a better position, looking to close this one up. Can he do it? Oh,
I mean, you got to think that it's possible, but Lucario has low percent, has the ability to get if they can get a quick kill onto Dan right here, it's entirely possible. I mean, like you say, oh, that was a good dash behind, but again, Dan doesn't take the advantage of the pressure they've won, and that's a big thing. That was a little awkward going off the stage, but it's okay. It's not gonna mean too much just yet. Dan just has to hold onto the stock, do a little bit of damage, and then feel better afterward. That was a great punish on the counter, and this is what Dan was fishing for in the first couple of games.
I don't understand. That one position, Dan was already standing there waiting for the recovery. He should have just went for the shield block straight up because Lucario is not going to go for something else right there. I thought that was the read, but he got tagged instead. Okay, a little bit confusing right there, but never mind. He's going to go down.
These games are very fast, to be fair. They're very fast-paced, and that's kind of what you expect. Lucario going so preemptively for that. That's not how you wanted to see this series end. It was a fantastic series from both competitors. An SD at like 60% and the final stock of the final game.
Oh no. No way. FC in chat, everybody. That's not what you want to see in the end, but ultimately, that is going to be a 1-all. Dannyboiii is going to take it over Isucc 3-2 in a very funny fashion in the end, but that was a really good game. Unfortunately, the ending was a little bit of a bummer on the side of RMIT, so Isucc is probably kicking himself for that last play. He's going, that's it! Where's my controller? It's going out the window!
Yeah, I just feel for that. In Rocket League last week, we had this week on last Monday, we had an own goal to clear out, to decide one of the games, and it was like straight up the player just drove it in. Like there was just no hope, and it's just a bad week, right? I don't remember if it was if it's an RMIT player, that's even worse, but I don't think so. I think we're I think that's just unfortunate.